morning, guys, on day 4 on the Via Jebaniensis. Today I woke up before sunrise just to head out to the only bakery that is open in town, just to have breakfast, the typical café con leche and then napolitano. And today we have a 21-kilometer day following this beautiful river. Yes, it is cold right now and I like it that way because it gets so hot in the afternoon. I think the heat is my biggest enemy on this trip. And I think this will be my last trip in Europe between the months of June and September. It's just way too hot and I think it is becoming the norm. So yeah, let's go ahead and head out of town. Once again, the GPS tracks that I'm following failed me. I thought the Camino didn't come through this town, which I thought was kind of odd because this is a very charming little town. And as soon as I was here, I started seeing all the yellow arrows pointing in both directions. So yes, you will be able to download the ones that I'm gonna create. I've been taking pictures of everything that's pilgrim related, like water sources, rest areas, the businesses, ATMs, bakeries, jeets, just like I did on the Via Podienses and on the Camino Frances. So by the time I finish this series, you will have everything that you need from Geneva all the way to the end of the world. Isn't that nice? What a fine morning walking by the canal, seeing the water locks, seeing the campgrounds, crossing over bridges, under the canopy of the trees. And as you can see, I'm following this backcountry road with zero traffic, but there was a split on the road by the river. You could continue following it all the way or follow the official route, which kind of goes inland a little bit, goes through a few small towns. Let's see what kind of support they have in those towns. Since I'm tracing all the GPS tracks for this trip, I want to stick to the official route as much as possible, just so that I can populate it with all the information that you guys need. But you guys know from watching my videos that I really love doing the river walks, and that one, even though it's probably more wild with zero support, is probably more beautiful. Wouldn't you agree? So, as suspected, I'm making my way through some cornfields, some flower fields, some actual flowers also as well, through backcountry roads and sleeping villages with very little support. As you can see back there, there's a water tap here in this rest area. The water is not treated, but I do have my water filtration system that, is very portable and weighs next to nothing, so I don't have to worry about that. The sun is out already over the mountains and it's hitting hard, but I do have my sun umbrella, my trekking umbrella, that kind of does the trick. Now, answering some of your questions, I usually get a ton of them about accommodations here. Do I book in advance? The answer is, of course, yes, I do. I was doing a Tour de Mont Blanc when I started booking everything here on this trip, because I was supposed to finish that one and then head down to Corsica. And because of the heat wave, I didn't want to be out there exposed on the mountains with very little or no shade. So I just do that one a little down the road. So yes, I booked everything from Geneva to Le Puy en Velay. I'm staying in a combination of, gîte communal, gîte etapa comunal, which are kind of like the public albergues in Spain, hotels, the private gîtes I do offer food and dinner and breakfast. And also I'm doing a couple of campgrounds, not camping, just using the facilities. If your bar or margin for how expensive a trip is the Camino Frances, then almost all of them are more expensive. I was doing on the Tour de Mont Blanc about 100 to 150 euros per day. Here is more like anywhere between 50 and 100 depending where I stay. If that's out of your budget, then don't stay in the major towns, just continue on and stay in between stages. I'm walking next to this sunflower field, and let's see if a little bit down the road I rejoin the river for a little bit, maybe a little forest area just to stay away from the scorching sun. Yeah. So I finally reconnected with the river, and where the variant joins the Camino once again. I don't know if it was worth it or not. As you can see back here, there's a sign that says that the trail is closed due to a landslide. I don't know if that's been sitting there for a long time, but I just saw a cyclist coming back and he didn't tell me anything. I'm kind of like far away from another road if I had to make a detour, so I'm just gonna go for it, and if I had to turn back, well, it's still early in the morning. So as I had suspected, the mudslide only took out the main road, not the hiker's path or the cyclist, as you can see here. I saw a few others cyclists pass me by, and it was only like a small section, so I'm out of the danger zone, you may say. Still under the shade, which is nice, and less than 4 kilometers away, I think there's an open cafe on the side of the road that I may stop by and have a mid-morning snack. Decided to stop a little bit off track from the Camino just to have lunch in this restaurant back there. I spent there about 2 hours, way too long, especially now that the sun is baking. But I needed to have lunch, and I decided to go with the daily menu special, which started off with a salad and a little slice of fried cheese. And then after that, I had roast beef with French fries, and of course some pastry to close the meal. We're about an hour away from today's town, so I had to head back into the Camino, follow the river all the way into town. Well, I'm pleasantly surprised to be staying in this little town. Check this out, it kind of looks like a little Siena with the canal, with the boats passing by. We even have the mountains in the distance. I'm staying right next to the water's edge at a very nice hotel, not with the view, but what I do have is a large room with a private bathroom and of course an AC unit. Can't ask for more than that. What can I say about this town? Just gorgeous. Already had dinner. I went for the pizza, only had half because I'm having the second one for tomorrow for lunch. There's no support on tomorrow's stage, and also all the little towns here start opening around 8:30 because it's like a tourist town, and by then I will be long gone. So I stopped at the bakery and I got a couple of sweets there for breakfast. There's coffee in my room, and then the pizza for lunch. Tomorrow is supposed to be like a short day, maybe 5 hours, but I want to get there before the midday sun hits me because today it was just brutal. Also tomorrow we need to start climbing just a little bit, going over a hill. I think we're gonna start and end at the same altitude, but then we have the climb in between. I think it's about 200, 300 meters or so. So it shouldn't be too bad. I'm hoping that it's gorgeous. Today is Tuesday, and I think on Friday it may rain. See you tomorrow.